sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, fans, family? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we got a relaxed night. All right, we got a relaxed night. Listen, we're gonna kick back. We're gonna relax. We're gonna talk Miami Dolphins football. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I mean, who really cares about the Bears and Commanders? Who really cares about the Bears and Commanders? I'm just saying, I really don't. So at the end of the day, I'd rather talk some Miami Dolphins football, but we'll keep track of it, see what's going on. I'll be peeking up from here and there because y'all know I got my prize picks going. You already know I got my prize picks going, all right? All right, so y'all hit that like button. My prize pick cares. Nah, you know I got my prize picks going. Matter of fact, speaking of prize picks, let's go ahead and take a look at what I selected today. But here's the deal. I already won on prize picks today. You know, I try to get me one win a day because I don't just play football. I don't just play football when it comes to the prize picks. So I'm about to show y'all a little something. You know, it's just been easy work on my end. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen because I know a lot of y'all play prize picks now. It's crazy, man. I be seeing when I get the report of how many people. So this is my prize pick. I did something simple tonight. I put $20 on a three-way. I got Carson Wentz going over. I don't know why. I got Justin Fields going over. I don't know why. And I got the Washington kicker getting 2 field goals tonight. I don't know why. I just did it. Okay. By the way, I hit this one. This is a baseball and a Curry teaser, half a point. So I already hit my pitcher one. As long as Curry get 1 point in the game opener, I win $30 on that. Let me show y'all something from earlier. I hit this one earlier today. I picked two pitchers, Luis Castillo and Framber Valdez, and they hit for me. I bet $50, won $150. So I already done got my winnings for the day. All right, I got my winnings for the day, but I got a little action on this one too. So we're gonna see how it turn out. We will definitely see how it turn out. If you want to play Prize Picks, make sure that you follow the link in the description section. Enter code FINSTALK. All right, and then you'll be able to get in the game. You'll be able to get in the game. I don't care about these teams, man. Now I want both of these quarterbacks to get the yards I need. I want both of them to get the yards I need, but we'll see. We'll check in on them at some point in the game, all right? But how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing tonight, man? We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of foolery to talk about with these Dolphins, man. We're going to break it all down. I'm going to be reading comments in the comment section, hanging out with y'all, chilling with y'all. I hope everybody's doing good, though. Let me just switch my screen real quick so I can get a better view. I want to be able to see y'all comments better, so let me switch my screen over here. All right, we good, and we're good. All right, so I got the live view over here. That's even better. All right, but if you got any questions, put them in the comment section. I'll go over any and everything. And let's enjoy our night. Let's talk some Dolphins football, man. I'm a little blurry on this screen. Let me see what's going on. I'm clean on this one, so that ain't me. All right, but y'all hit that like button for me. All right, punch that like button. TD, are you still going to go over the contracts? Yeah, we're going to do a contract show. I think you're talking about the contracts for different players on the team. We'll do a contract show at some point. And if it's any specific person you want to look at their contract, just put it in the comment section. We can take a look at it. But yeah, chilling, watching this game, excited to see Skylar this Sunday. I am too, man, because I'm all about, like the miracles and all that good stuff, So if Skylar can come out and just ball out and give us hope for the future, that'll be a good sign. The same way that if Tua comes back next week or the week after, balls out and keeps balling out and just keeps being great, that's always a beautiful thing. I'm all about that, but it's just a matter of happening, man. We need something special to happen to Miami sooner rather than later. I just want a franchise quarterback. I want a franchise quarterback, and I want to know I got the guy, not the jury to still be out. Faith Family Football. Cook is eating. McDaniel's already said Teddy only going to be back up Sunday if he clears. This whole thing is a mess, man. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all heard the report that said Tua actually has a possibility to clear by Sunday, but he won't play. Teddy has a possibility of clearing by Sunday, but he'll be the backup. It don't make any sense. So both of them got a possibility to clear, but Teddy would be the backup. Why wouldn't Tua just play if he clears? Why wouldn't Tua just play if he clears? Or why wouldn't Tua be the backup if you're worried about not being prepared? Why is Ted? Listen, you're being lied to, people. You're being lied to. You're being lied to. This is all politics, optics. You're being lied to. And ain't nobody else going to tell you. They're going to go along with the punches and be like, this is what's going on. No, you're being lied to. It's all politics and optics. And I'm going to tell you now, the Miami Dolphins, actually, they're not mad about this situation. They're not bothered by this situation. They're actually happy about this situation. You know why? They get to get a good look at Skylar Thompson and to see if he's worth the project that they think he could be in the future. I'm telling you. They get an opportunity to get a good look at this kid under professional pressure. This is a big week for the organization and Skylar. Listen, I've already come up with my conclusion. It don't mean it's right. So all my haters, listen to me. Let me repeat that one more time. It does not mean that I am correct, but you're going to hate anyway. But I'm going to say what I need to say because I always do. So in my personal opinion, the Miami Dolphins already know that they cannot depend on Tua Tagovailoa long term. They don't care if he get better. They don't care if he improve. They know that this kid can never stay healthy long enough for them to appreciate his services. They know this. They don't care if he comes back and stays healthy for the rest of the year. They know every year they have to worry about how fragile he is. That's what I personally believe, period. They're going to keep on driving the cart down the road, but deep down they already know we need to look for a replacement going forward in the future. We'll keep hoping Tua becomes great, and maybe we'll see later. But right now, our focus needs to be on the alternative. As the Commanders get an interception on Fields from the ball getting batted up at the line of scrimmage. But this is just my opinion. They already over Tua. And right now, it's a matter of getting a good look at Skylar Thompson. Let me tell you what I think is going to happen. If Skylar Thompson comes out there on Sunday and absolutely lights it up and plays like an NFL professional quarterback, Tua won't come back in Pittsburgh. Tua will be back the week after that. They'll get another look Sunday night and let the world see Skylar Thompson. If Skylar Thompson absolutely balls out, they'll say, we're putting Tua's health above anything. Even if he's out of protocol, we want to get him ramped up, but we still want to monitor him. And then they'll give you a date. They'll say something like, we expect him to return for the Lions game, but we feel that it's in his best interest to sit one more week. If Skylar balls out, I promise you. And Teddy will be backing him up again. Now, if Skylar goes out there and looks like trash, Tua will be back versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Or Teddy will start and Tua will be listed as a potential backup. That's exactly what's going to happen. They playing their cards right now. But at the end of the day, I keep on telling y'all, stop. Don't allow them to lie to y'all. They just keep lying to us. Mike McDaniel out here. I already told you. What did I tell y'all about Mike McDaniel? What did I tell y'all about Mike McDaniel and his press conferences? Let me see if anybody knows. What did I tell y'all about Mike McDaniel and his press conferences? What have I told y'all about this man and his press conferences? Somebody gonna get it. I know somebody in the comment section gonna get it. Exactly. First comment. Don't listen to McDaniels. Don't listen to Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels going to tell you exactly what you want to hear, whatever going to make the situation sound good. Tyreek Hill out here got Mike McDaniel looking bad tonight. Mike McDaniel thought he was pulling a big boy, Mike McDaniel tried to paint this beautiful picture that said the captain leadership of this team with the recent events took the ping pong table out of the building so that they could focus on football. He said, no, he didn't just say they took the ping pong table out so they could focus on football. He had to dress it up and paint it and put pretty lips on it and everything. The captains of the team, the guys with the C, they all decided it's time to move the ping pong table so we could focus on football. Then he went further to say that shows you the leadership on this team. And Tyreek Hill, we removed the ping pong table because it had a curve in it, and I'm trying to get me a custom one coming up in here. Oh, my God. You can't win to lose. You can't win to lose. You cannot win. Just a lot, man. And this is why I tell you, Mike McDaniel going to try to make everything look pretty. Mike McDaniel going to glorify everything. try to put it in the right proper light. So because it's team over anything, and I like that. But at least Dolphin fans recognize what it is. I'm supposed to believe you, TD. I'm supposed to believe a head coach of the NFL, Mike McDaniel. Man, this man is feet gassing you up all year, and it started out with the whole most accurate quarterback to throw the ball. Y'all, come on. This man constantly lying to us. Constantly. But they ain't bad lies. I ain't saying this to be down on Mike McDaniel because they not bad lies. I ain't got nothing against Mike McDaniel lies. I'm all for the lies because at least it's for the team. I'm just sitting here trying to tell you what is a lie and what's not. Every lie that Mike McDaniel told us was actually something that's at least favorable for the team, looking out for the team. I'm just here so you can determine which ones are lies and which ones aren't. In my opinion, right? Just what I believe, because it don't mean that I'm right. Right? Oh, man. TD, you see the article about the Commanders owner getting dirt on other owners in the NFL with a private investigator? Well, who's surprised? Who's surprised? Who's surprised? Say no surprise. All of these, I ain't gonna say all, but I'm sure in this speculation, not speculation, I know for a fact, but as far as how many owners, this is speculation, how many, but I'm pretty sure 80% of the owners out here living dirty. I'll go ahead and tell you something that I know for a fact. These NFL owners, some of y'all may know about this, but let me how do I say this without trying to make it seem like I'm in this big nice circle, because I'm not in no big wealthy rich circle, by the way, but I do have some people that are very wealthy, okay, that I associate with, and I don't live that type of life. I'm not even, I couldn't blink to think of this type of life, but these are people I know that I have personal conversations with. And the yacht life, the 365 days a year, I'm going to go over here for a month and a half. I'm going to go chill over here for a month and a half. I'm going to, cruise across the ocean and be in, off the coast of China for a year and a half. Those people. I'll never forget, it literally, how long ago this was? 3 months ago? Literally 3 months ago, I was told directly, oh, you don't know about these NFL owners? Because I was in the Key. Y'all remember I went to Key West. Y'all remember I went to the Keys? I was down there and I was with certain, I didn't go with them, but I met up with them down there. Some certain people that live that wealthy life. I ain't nowhere near that, okay? And they're like, oh, they know what I do. I be online talking sports. They were like, yeah, man, it's not too far from here, about, 30 minutes from here, down here up in the Keys. Yeah, it's a private island that they go to. And they don't even allow us to take our cell phones. They don't allow any digital on that island. But the whole NFL in and out of there, the commissioner, the owners, this is where they take their girlfriends. To this private island in Key West. This is right where they take their girlfriends. You ain't allowed no electronics, but they be in and out of there on their yachts and everything. So yeah, they got dirt. Yeah, they got dirt on them. You don't think that the rich and powerful, all these billionaires don't have this type of access and luxury? Yeah, they got dirt. They do what they want, when they want, how they want, where they want, why they want. So, yeah, private investigator, okay. Come on, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I was green. I was like, really? Like, yeah, man, literally 30 minutes from here. Private island. I go there all the time, but it's exclusive. And that's where I see all the NFL owners and stuff in and out. In and out of there. Resort, hotel, everything on a private island in the Keys. So I'm sure they all got plenty dirt. I ain't never been there. I ain't seen none of them do it. But this is what was told to me, and I don't have no reason not to believe it because I know how this person lived. TD's uber rich do what they please. No one should be shocked. There are YouTube videos about it, but we don't know what this owner has on him because it can go even further. It could go way further. Everybody speculates the NFL got bodies buried, not literally, hopefully, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. That's why they make it the club. You know, it's hard to get in. Hard to get in. Donald Trump couldn't even get in. He wanted to be one of them. Couldn't even get in. He couldn't even get in. So, yeah, man, I'm not surprised, but that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, come out and say what you got or don't come out and say what you got. But I know one thing, if nothing happened to him, then you know he got something because he deserved plenty to happen to him, the owner of the Commanders. So, time will tell. You know, that's beyond our pay grade. All right. Like, you know it. Anyway, man. But yeah, man. But this man, I just hope that this weekend that we get a W. It's important that we go 4-2 instead of 3-3. Some people don't realize the significance of that. Get Roquan to Miami. Who you telling? I'll take him in a heartbeat. TD, I hope you went under on these QBs today. Nah, bro, I ain't go under. I went over on both. But you never know, man. I might still hit. I'm telling you, it take one big play or whatever it may be. You'll see. I might still hit on both of them. 219 on Carson Wentz and 166 on Fields. Let's see. We'll see. At least both teams suck, so it's a good chance that I might actually really, really hit. But we'll see. I think where I'm really messed up is trying to get two kickers from Washington on field goal kicker. That's where it's probably really an issue. TD, I missed last stream, but did you address the Boyer situation that you mentioned? Yeah, I talked about the Boyer situation. See, look at this guy. He take it off. I hope he caught this ball. I don't know if it was handed off, but I hope he caught it. Dang, he ran it. Gosh, it was a run. I was hoping that was a catch. But you see what I mean? It's plays like that. Dang, I thought he would have caught it in the flat or something. Nah, he ran that. Man, don't help me. It is what it is. But yeah, so we'll see. Ooh, I gotta think about that too. I ain't even check my fantasy out. I ain't even check out my fantasy. TD, what's your Skylar stats for Sunday? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's all gonna depend on who all plays. Right now, it looks like X is playing, which is good. It looks like Armstead might play. Mozart might play. I don't know about Austin Jackson. But maybe, I don't know. But initial stat line for Skylar Thompson, I'm optimistic for him having a good game, but I gotta go steep, like heavy. Because if he gonna be anything in the future, he has to overwhelm. So I'm not gonna tell you what I think. I'm just gonna tell you what he needs to have. Skylar Thompson probably needs to throw for about over 240 yards. And he's gonna need 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. 240, 3-1. That's what you need to lead a day and say, man, Skylar Thompson played. Hey, I like to see him in Pittsburgh. I like to see him in the Pittsburgh game. Because, yeah, let me say this too. Don't let the media lie to y'all either. Don't let the media lie to y'all either. The concussion protocol. The concussion protocol. Do y'all know what stage Tua is? Tua's in right now. Y'all know what stage he in right now? I'm trying to pull it up for y'all. All right, let me put this on the screen for y'all. Let me put this on the screen. No, that ain't it. Hold on. I'm gonna put it up for y'all. And the Bears 4th and goal, they still can't get in. Boy, I tell you, you talk about just terrible teams. All right, let me share my screen. Because the media trying to lie to y'all right now. They trying to tell y'all what stage he in, and they wrong. Share screen, window. Oh, boy. And he still couldn't get in on 4th and goal. This is embarrassing. You talk about embarrassing. These people be embarrassed, man. All right, here we go. So here are the steps of the concussion protocol, okay? Let me blow this up. Oh my gosh, why I feel like it got smaller on me instead of bigger. All right, stage 1, limited activity. We all know he passed that stage. Stage 2, aerobic exercise, okay? Stage 3, football specific exercise. All right. This is where Tua Tagovailoa is right now, stage 3. The media trying to make you think that he's in stage 4. The media out here trying to make you think that he's in stage 4. Not only is he in stage 3, but mark my words, I believe Tua Tagovailoa will be in stage 3 until Monday. I believe he will be in stage 3 until probably Monday. Let me tell you why. He was in stage 3 yesterday. He was in stage 3 today. And he probably will be in stage 3 tomorrow, just going out there throwing some passes, short and intermediate passes, a few deep ones, but no real football stuff. Just throwing passes off to the side. That's it. Ain't allowed to do no sprinting, ain't allowed to do no drills, just throw a football. And that counts as specific exercise, football specific exercise. And once Friday, he's still in stage 3. Nobody gonna care what stage he in on Saturday or Sunday because they ain't doing nothing on Saturday, and on Sunday is game day. So even if he's on stage 4 on Saturday, it ain't gonna matter to next week anyway when they start really evaluating him on club-based non-contact training drills, because he ain't gonna be doing no club-based non-contact training drills on Saturday or Sunday. Not even Monday, because they don't practice Monday. It's that simple. All he can do is throw passes with some practice squad guys catching them. That is all he can do. That's it. So look forward to Tua Tagovailoa being elevated on Tuesday to club-based non-contact training drills. He gonna keep throwing passes, but now he gonna be taking the snap, going back in his dropbacks. He gonna be doing all the football drills. But it's still non-contact drills. skeleton offense, receivers, no line, all of that stuff. Look for that on Tuesday. Stage 5 is full contact activity clearance. That is not you can just the game. That is you can practice fully. You can now practice fully. You can get under center in 11 on 11s and take the snaps. You could take the snaps, get the reps, full football activity clearance. That's what's going to end up happening. Let me see some. And then he's going to have to do each stage, and they're going to evaluate him on each stage. Now, some of y'all saying, TD, he's already doing that. No. Do y'all know that in stage 4, and it's clear right here, stage 4, to be clear, no contact with other players or objects such as tackling dummies or sleds or full practice. To be clear, all activities at the phase before remains non-contact as well. Team-based, sport-specific exercise and participation is not prohibited until fully cleared. Throwing, catching, running, and other position-specific activities progressing to participation in non-contact team practice activities. He has done that, TD. Well, if he's done that, he's in stage 5. He's clear. If he's done that, he's clear. And he ain't did that, man. What are y'all talking about? This man ain't under center in 11 on 11s. I don't know what y'all talking about. The most he's done is get a ball and throw the practice squad receivers on out routes, slants, post routes, go routes. That's all he doing. He's throwing the ball. They just got people out there running routes for him so that he can get a feel of it. But he's not allowed to be with the team, the actual 11 on 11 and practicing. He is not allowed to. All he is doing is throwing passes. Now, if they got some practice squad guys over there to catch it on the routes that he's throwing, that's irrelevant. But when he goes to stage 4, he'll be allowed to ramp it up a little bit, and they'll evaluate him every day to see how he's handling that stage. But we'll see. He will be cleared for Pittsburgh, JBJ. Maybe he's cleared for Pittsburgh, but once again, if he's not cleared on Tuesday for full activity, he ain't practicing. If he ain't cleared on Wednesday for practice for stage 5 complete, you good to go. He ain't bro. I mean, what you think that they gonna clear Tua on a Saturday without practicing with the team and say, hey, go out there and play since you're clear on Sunday? They're not doing it. And Mike McDaniel just told you, even if he was cleared this Sunday, it wouldn't be fair to him nor the team. This is what y'all need to realize. Tua is going to need to be clear for all contact by Tuesday in order to play against Pittsburgh. They're going to need to say on Tuesday next week, Tua, you are clear for full contact. You out of the concussion protocol, is over. You're going to let that man go out there with no reps and just, I can play now and then play. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And who knows? Maybe he's clear tomorrow. Maybe he's clear Saturday. I don't know. But if that happens, then we know he'll be playing in Pittsburgh. But if he's not clear by Tuesday, y'all gonna miss him in Pittsburgh too. You're gonna miss him in the Pittsburgh game too. And I know you're seeing Josina Anderson's tweet. She was on a phone call with the league and the specialist. Did y'all not see Josina Anderson's tweet? Yes or no? Yes or no in the comment section? Because I know all y'all ain't see it. Let me pull it up so I ain't got to be quoting it. Man, what is her Twitter? Because I don't follow her. What is her Twitter? Obviously, none of y'all saw Josina Anderson's tweet. Dang. See, I've been following this whole concussion protocol thing for the last week and a half. Josina Anderson was on a phone call. It was a conference call with the NFL, Miami Dolphins, and all the specialists and stuff. And, man, let me find the tweet because I don't want to paraphrase. I want to give y'all the exact words. Because I don't want to explain it wrong as if I'm putting the twist on it. Man, I saw it. She don't know. Once again, how you gonna say somebody don't know when she ain't saying she know? She telling you what they said on the phone. This is all right, because I saw all the people in the comment section. Well, when will she admit that she was wrong about him having a concussion in Buffalo? People so bitter. She ain't even saying she know nothing. She telling you what was said on the phone call. And y'all already trying to discredit her because it puts Tua Tagovailoa out even longer. Man, what? Anybody know her specific Twitter handle? Because I don't know why I'm not finding it. And maybe I'm spelling Josina wrong. Fields got a nice pass, TD. Yeah, that's decent. I need a whole lot more yards, though. There you go, TD. What's that? TD Brandon is a souvenir. Here you go, TD. Here I go, what? A league source told me. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you. And tell me what her Twitter handle is anyway, because I don't know why I'm tripping. I'm not finding it. But you are correct. This is what it is, all right? A league source told me on that same call that there's some concern about quarterback Tua Tagovailoa potentially still needing more time out beyond week 6 to be fully healed. You know why they saying that? Do you know why they're saying that? Because the NFL has made it clear to the Miami Dolphins. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is what was told to me specifically. The Miami Dolphins are not to play Tua Tagovailoa until he is believed to be 100% healed from his injuries sustained in the concussion protocol when he got hit in Cincinnati. And guess who can tell? Guess the only person that can tell you whether they feel he's 100% healed or not. Them freaking doctors. They don't want him back on the field until they believe that he is 100% healed. So this is going down to what doctors believe is a reasonable amount of time for him to have shaken it off. This is what's happening. And if you want proof, you know what you need to do? You need to go listen to Mike McDaniel's press conference and look at all the stuttering and stuff and him trying to figure out how to answer the question. And basically all he telling y'all is, man, it might be a while, but, we'll take it day by day, 12 to 24 hours. Check with me in 12 hours. You said that 3 days ago. Mike McDaniel already knows what's going on. Mike McDaniel already knows Tua Tagovailoa ain't playing football until the doctors feel he is 100% healthy from what happened. And the doctors, like Josina Anderson reported, because one of them told her that there is still discussions and concerns about Tua Tagovailoa potentially still needing more time out beyond week 6 to fully heal. Let me ask you a question. If you got a concussion right now, a pretty brutal one, right, that made you tense up, whatever, and you go to the doctor's office, and I'm talking about true professionals, and you go to the doctor's office and you basically, hey man, I had a bad concussion, my limbs were frozen and all of that, and I'm in a line of work where it could happen at any time. How long should I be out to fully heal from the current one before I go back and put myself at risk of another one? What y'all think the doctor's going to say? You think they're going to be like, just chill for 2 weeks? No, let me tell you what these doctors going to say. You need a new profession. Because if you study CTE and you study the brain trauma and damage, you'll understand the problem is the back-to-back concussions. If I have one today and I have one next week, that's so terrible. But if I have one today and I have one next month, it's bad, but it ain't terrible. If I have one today and I have one a year later, it's just bad and it's just bad. But the closer together they are, the more long-term damage it can do. And they always say your body needs, your brain needs to heal first before it takes that type of contact again. And these doctors will tell you the time frame for the brain to heal ain't no freaking 2 weeks. So that's what's going on right now, and they not telling you. All they're doing is telling you about the freaking protocol. Let's get something straight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get something straight. Do y'all know if Tua Tagovailoa has showed any symptoms? Have you heard any reports that Tua Tagovailoa has showed any symptoms since the Bengals game? Since they cleared him at the hospital? Have you heard any reports that he showed any symptoms since they cleared him in the hospital? The answer is no. And on top of that, every time you hear from sources or McDaniel himself, Tua's doing great. He's not having any symptoms. He's not this and that. Okay, so help me understand something. Teddy didn't get a concussion, but he still got to go through the protocol, which means he has to follow the same steps that Tua's following, right? So Teddy's going through stage 1. No symptoms. Okay, he can graduate to stage 2. Stage 2. No symptoms. Okay, he can graduate to stage 3. Why is it taking Tua longer than Teddy? Because if there's no symptoms, you're supposed to be elevated to the next stage. Why is he taking longer? Why is Teddy already pretty much at the stage Tua's at? Have you thought about that? Because Tua Tagovailoa ain't only in no 5-step process. He's in a process called docs. When do you think he'll be, his brain, or the damage that might have been called, because they don't even know the extent. How long do you think is the wise for him to heal? So that's what's going on right now. So don't ignore what Josina Anderson tweeted when she's sitting there on these calls and stuff, listening to these people have concerns and belief that Tua Tagovailoa should be out a little bit longer, extended past week 6. But we automatically want to discount that If you want to discount that, then Tua should be playing this weekend because he should have been through the protocols. And I'm going to tell you now, this is the NFL. The NFL is not happy with the Miami Dolphins nor Tua Tagovailoa. He basically brought attention to something that they don't want attention on in this league. And I'm telling you, in my opinion, there's a target on this man back. Not to hurt him, in my opinion, or nothing, but there's a target. They don't want, nope, you brought too much attention. You ain't finna sit out there and start season on the field or nothing with us. So hopefully we get Tua Tagovailoa back versus the Steelers, but don't be surprised if it's the Lions. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if it ain't until the Lions. We have had no good, clear indications on when he'll actually be back. But everybody want to keep on going off of their own clock. You better listen to what these doctors saying, because that's what the Dolphins doing. It's exactly what the Dolphins are doing. You can just see Mike McDaniel. He ain't committed to nothing. He ain't telling nobody. He already know. This could be Mike McDaniel, and honestly, he ain't even lying. He kind of telling you, I don't know. That ain't what we're focused on right now. This could be a while. And Mike McDaniel also told you. They asked, what stage do you think, he's at, and this and that and this. And Mike was like, the stage thing is tricky because, you got all of these outside independent doctors. That tells you all you need to know right there. There are no outside independent doctors. There are now for the Tua Tagovailoa situation. There are now. And Mike McDaniel said, I'm just going off of what the doctor's saying, whether he's clear to, do this activity. Is he clear to do that activity? Can he now do this? Oh, we have to wait for him to do that. Mike McDaniel's telling you, this is a clown show. He has no idea when Tua going to return. He has absolutely no idea based off of what they're doing right now. Absolutely no idea. But the media out here trying to assume when he going to return. It looks like Tua should be ready to go versus the Steelers. What they're doing, they're writing the narrative and trying to push it to hurry up and happen because they don't have the information. They're trying to make it make sense. Why do you think on Twitter all these beat writers throwing these subliminal messages? How is it that Teddy's at the same stage as Tua? All the beat writers are saying is we don't know nothing and it ain't making sense to us because you don't know what's going on. And it's quite simple what's going on. The NFL has come in and taken over and said Tua Tagovailoa won't play until we feel that he's 100% healed from his previous situation. And we'll let you know when that is with the independent doctors. Just give them access to the facilities and let them do their job. And they'll tell you what he can do, when he can do it, and how he can do it. That's what's going on. And as a fan, ain't nothing wrong with you wanting Tua back out there, all this and that. But all these things you're hearing are speculation. Now, it could end up happening that way. Oh, Tua's back for the Steelers. He's cleared on Monday. It could happen that way. But trust me, they don't know that. They all making assumptions. Tua should be ready to play versus the Steelers. Perfect time for prime time and all of that stuff. That's all you're hearing. So time will tell. We shall see. We all just want to make sure we got the person out there that's going to give us the best chance to win is healthy. Right now, Mike McDaniel feels like that's Skylar Thompson due to the fact that Teddy won't be prepared enough. So he feels Skylar gives him the best chance. Next week, that could be Teddy again. It could still be Skylar or it could be Tua. We have no clue. But this is just a big clown show. Big clown show. Somebody said they playing our team. Could be. Could very well be playing us. NFL news has dropped since Tua has been out. We are tired of listening about a non-elite quarterback because some fans worship him and some fans hate him. No matter where you go, it's Tua, 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 Tua. No, that's true. That's true. I know for the Miami Dolphins, it can't be about nothing but Tua. Because he's the guy who's either going to be the franchise quarterback or holding the seat instead of our franchise quarterback, or wasting our time. No matter how good this team is around him, if he ain't the guy, then we're wasting time. It's always going to be about him. Then if he plays great, is he even there for his team? It's Tua. It's going to always be about Tua. People say, can we stop talking about Tua? Then what you want to talk about? The defense? Okay, if they go play A1 football, if Tua ain't on the field, does it matter anyway? Or maybe it does if the backups can produce. And when they don't, it goes back to Tua anyway. He ain't available for his team. So Skylar Thompson's getting the nod this week. He's going to have a perfect opportunity to get the job done. It's up to him. I think that's what they're doing right now. That's why they're not playing Teddy. They want to get a good look at Skylar. They want to know how Skylar's going to do in this situation because you want to start to get peaks at your developmental quarterback to see if he can actually blossom into an NFL starter. Because sometimes you never know what you got sitting on that bench. And I believe the organization and Mike McDaniel feels like this is going to be a big test for him because you're going to have a week of preparation and they want to see how. And Mike McDaniel, he still keep on singing his praises. You know me, I don't listen to nothing Mike McDaniel says. But for some reason, he want to keep on singing Skylar Thompson's praises. Making comments like, well, if that was his floor, then we should be encouraged. To be a 7th-round pick rookie, thrown in a game without any preparation and just after the first play of the game, get thrown in with injuries around you and, in a bad situation. If you play like that under those circumstances, then we should be encouraged. And I finished the All-22, and I kind of see what he means by that. Still was a lot he missed, the opportunities he missed, but I see what he means. If you're looking at it from the eyes of a 7th-round pick, in that game that we looked atrocious, there was a lot to be encouraged about with Skylar Thompson. Didn't think you can get anything positive out of that game, but when you watch the film, there's plenty. TDEM here, can you go over the All-22? Let me see if he got the time. EM, I don't know if you're listening, but I'll text you. Let me know if you do have the time. I can go over some. TD, you're right. Coaches in front office want to see what they have in Skylar. His performance could very well influence our draft this year. Absolutely. Because they also need to know now, do we need to go get a quarterback in the draft? Do we need to go after a big fish free agent? They need to know these answers now. In the Miami Dolphins organization, this is what's going on in their head. Skylar's an option if we can get the best out of him. Drafting a quarterback is an option. Going after Lamar or somebody like that, Brady, is an option. Tua just playing so great and becoming the guy and staying healthy after this is an option. Any responsible organization is going over all their options. They're not just saying Tua's a guy. We don't care about Skylar. We don't care about the draft. We don't care about, a free agent. Tua's a guy. Tua's a guy. Tua's a guy. No, every organization goes through their many options every year. And at the quarterback position, they're looking at them 4 options. Tua being a guy is option number 1, and he's showing you that he hurting that option right now by not being on the field. Not his fault, but it's a part of the evaluation. Skylar's an option. Let's go ahead and get a look at it. And knowing what you have in Skylar tells you what option you have with draft. Let me tell y'all something. I'll go as far as to say this. If the Miami Dolphins feel like, say, hypothetically, say Skylar plays the next 2 weeks and he just balls out, right? If they feel like they might have their guy in the future in Skylar, ain't going to be no more talking. They're going to let Tua come back. There's going to be a competition in camp next year because they still got him on the 4th year. And it ain't killing them money-wise. Now, if Skylar is trash this week, and if he play again and trash next week, or they feel like, okay, he's just going to be a certified backup, Gesicki might get traded as a result. You might even see movement at the cornerback position in a trade because they'll start getting draft picks. And if they don't trade Gesicki, they're going to wait till next year and let him go be a free agent and get like a 4th-round compensatory pick. But you might see a freaking corner get traded. They might start gathering their assets. They might start gathering their assets for a potential trade. All of these things are possible. Yeah, keep hoping Tua will be it. 3 years straight is insanity. You know, here's the deal, man. Being fair to Tua, right? Let's take a moment and be fair and look at the situation with Tua. Let me see this play first. Incomplete. Boy, these teams trash. Anyway, so being fair to Tua, let's break it down like this. So year number 1, a journeyman is the best quarterback in camp by far. You didn't come in with the star power, right? But you came off of a horrible hip injury. And then when you did play, it was very underwhelming. Some games you had to be replaced. It was so bad. I don't care if people believe he would have still won the game if you would have kept him in. You had 3.5 quarters of just horrific football. I don't care if he would have Tim Tebow'd it. That's it. That's the perfect example of Tim Tebow. You have 3.5 quarters of just horrific football and 8 minutes left. You were just a miracle. That's the Tim Tebow effect. And that's why he ain't in the league. I'm going to get to the super chat. I'm going to get to the other one if I missed it. I'll get there. Let me see. Give me a second. Y'all forgive me if I miss your super chat because somebody just said that. All right, here it is. I'm going to get to this one in a second. I'm going to finish my point. So, first year, to be honest, Skylar was put in the worst situation. Yeah, I agree. So, first year, okay, you didn't look good, but we giving you all the passes in the world. You know, coming off of a hip injury, you ain't know the playbook well. That's your fault, but you know we'll give you a pass. You know, oh my gosh, that was a touchdown I needed, a good one. Anyway, yeah, I know he dropped it, but anyway, but yeah, first year you just didn't meet the mark, but it happens. On the year 2, same crap. You played a whole lot more. Still had to be replaced due to injury. And you went on this streak of wins, but you didn't impact the game. The defense allowed 10 points a game. Any quarterback in the NFL will have a winning record if the defense only allowed 10 points a game. Any quarterback in the NFL, if they defense allowed 10 points a game. I'll do you one better. Go to last year and put 10 points on everybody's opponent's score. Put 10 points on everybody's opponent's score, and Tua will be the last ranked quarterback in the NFL. He will be the last place win-loss quarterback in the NFL. And that'll still be a winning record, right? Because he got a winning record. But everybody would leapfrog him if they had a defense that only gave up 10 points a game. So last year was just very underwhelming, but guess what? He still wouldn't 100 from the hip injury. This is what they say. I'm not saying it's true, but he still wouldn't 100 from the hip injury. He's still, it's still the O-line is still just so horrible. No receivers, no this, no that. Okay, we give you that too. You know what? 2 years of just underwhelming play. We're gonna give you all the reasons. I ain't gonna say excuses. Let's just say reasons, right? We're gonna give you all the reasons. All right, year 3 comes. First game of the season, same Tua. Underwhelming, but we win the game off of the back of a defense that gave up only 10 points or something like that. Second game. For most of the game, same. I mean, we got weapons too. Same old. And then all of a sudden, a Tim Tebow fourth quarter. Buffalo, solid win all around. I love it. Another drop pass. It's trash. Just solid win all over. Let's just say Arizona game. Right? We're going to get that twice, maybe once or twice a year. Then he knocked out in the Bengals, and he was having a horrible game in the Bengals after that first drive, which was a thing of beauty. But after that, it got horrible. It got horrible. And now he ain't been on the field for 2.5 weeks for his team. So here we are now. Tua has improved a little. And let me ask y'all, on a scale of 1 to 10, right? Another drop. On a scale of 1 to 10, if Tua was a six, let's hypothetically, if he was a 6 before, what has he been this season? If he was a 6 before, what has he been this season? Because I already told y'all, without that fourth quarter versus Baltimore, this offense averages 16 points a game. Pathetic. What has he been this season? I'm seeing 7, 7.5, 7, 7, 8, 4. I ain't been no 4. 9, ridiculous. 7.5, 7.5. I'm going to go high and give him the 7.5, right? You go from a 6 to a 7.5. You done made a 1.5 leap, which 7.5 is good enough to me. But let me ask y'all, how much of a leap did you think he was going to take just from adding Tyreek and Armstead and them to begin with? Just adding Teron Armstead and Tyreek Hill, how much of a leap did you think he was going to take anyway? We knew the numbers were going to go up. There was no question. We knew the production was going to go up. We knew this. So how much is it his improvement versus what's around him? It's that simple. Oh, you didn't know it was going to go up? Not much. He just got an extra weapon and blindside blocker. Well, let me tell you something. In the fourth quarter of the game that pads all his numbers, that makes him look like this glorified quarterback right now, who was the guy that was catching all of those? Since you say he just got an extra weapon and a blindside blocker, like that's nothing. An extra weapon. That's how you view Tyreek, an extra weapon. Who was the guy actually making those catches that got his numbers where they are? Tyreek Hill. So I'm gonna use your own medicine on you. If Tyreek Hill was replaced with Devontae Parker, what would Tua be looking like right now? If you look at what Tyreek's done in those games, that has made everybody go crazy about Tua, replace him with Devontae Parker, what would he be looking like right now? So let's see how much Tyreek is elevating him. Just curious. Just curious. So don't say he just got an extra weapon in a blocker. Come on, man. Come on. Let's do better than that. As a Dolphin fan, I'm just frustrated. I'm just frustrated because I want to win, and for some reason, we can never have a level of consistency. No matter what it is, we can never have a level of consistency. We just can't. Just frustrated, man. It's so frustrating. We just want consistency. And like, you see how we started the season in the first 3 weeks? Yeah, Buffalo, Baltimore, nobody can touch us. We unstoppable. We're on top of the mountain. Ah! Whoever thought we were just going to run smack dab into a wall? Bro, it's only week 5. Chill, man. Leave me alone. Stop saying that to me. I be trying my best not to be like, shut up. Why can't we just just keep going? Like 5-0 right now. We about to play the Vikings. They 4-1. It's going to be a good one. But woo, why can't we continue to keep that energy? You know what I mean? Like, keep the energy. Why? It's always something. Defense goes trash. Offense goes trash. Offense gets better, but the quarterback get hurt. Defense gets better, now the corners get hurt. It's always something. And the frustrating part about it is, I told y'all about those forks in the road. We've had so many forks in the road in the last 3 years. And if you don't know what a fork in the road is where you come to a stop and you got multiple paths you can take. And when you take a path, you just discarded all the other ones. And if it's the wrong path, you might be blindly setting yourself up for the next 3 to 4 years. But you don't know if you took that wrong path for 2 to 3 years. And I feel like already twice we've taken some bad paths, but we don't know that they were bad. And we out here arguing whether they bad or not. And I've been told y'all 3 years ago, man, we just took the Tua Tagovailoa path. And I told y'all it wasn't a good path. It might end up being the best path ever. But right now, it's, oh my gosh. It's like going down the yellow brick, like the Garden of Eden, just beautiful flowers and fruit and just all the trees around. And it's like we took the Tua Tagovailoa path, and it's like, man, the sun's going down. Did a hurricane come through here? There's some dead trees and fallen trees over there. Oh, look, there goes a nice apple tree over in the far distance. You see it? You see that Arizona game apple tree? Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh man, it's getting cloudy again. It's getting cloudy again. Oh, it's a lot of brush right now. It's a lot of brush right now. Oh my gosh, a sunny day, Baltimore. Oh, it's a sunny day. Oh, you can see off in the horizon. It looks cloudy, though. Oh, it passed. It passed. It didn't even rain over here. A Buffalo game. Yeah, it's sunny again. Oh, the path looks a little bright again. Oh, my gosh. Is that a tropical storm? Oh, no, that's an earthquake. That is an earthquake. The Cincinnati Bengals. And all the trees been uprooted. Matter of fact, now we on a freaking path where the trees are on the path and we can't even walk that much anymore. All of that because you go down a wrong path, but you don't know it. You got to find out if it was a wrong path. You got to wait to see if it was. And the sad part about it is when you took that wrong path, there's been so many exits. There's been so many exits that could help you get back on the right path. So many little exits. But you say, nah, I ain't going to take it. I done took this path. I ain't do it all for nothing. I ain't finna take no Watson. I ain't finna move forward. Like, and now I feel like we at that sign with Skylar Thompson or whoever, or next offseason with Lamar Jackson or whoever, whatever opportunity. This is that sign on the road that says last gas station in 600 miles. No, last gas station in 300 miles, but you got 250 miles remaining in your tank. That's what I feel like. That's where we're about to be this offseason. Last exit for 300 miles, and you check your thing and it say 250 miles left to empty. And Lord, if we stay on the road, oh my gosh, if we stay on the road, if we stay on the freaking road, boy, that'll be so Dolphin. We be on the road. We stay on the road like, all right, let me push the gas. Let me get it up to 100. Then I'm going to put it in neutral, and maybe it's not taking gas. It's just something. Oh, my gosh, man. I don't know, man. That happened to me, TD, driving through Texas. Man, I know ain't no worse feeling in the world. Man, get a hybrid. Remember, the clouds gone. It ain't a sunny day no more. It ain't going to charge. Nah, man, I'm just saying, man, I just feel like that's where we at as an organization. I told plenty of y'all, even EM, we had a conversation. I think that the Dolphins were operating off of pride, especially with the whole Flores thing. There was too much pride in the building. All right, you hear about when Skylar got the news he's starting, he called and shared the news with his dad, said his dad and him been through a lot together. Yeah, and his daddy told him he earned it. Now he got to go out there and make the best of it, man. I love the stories, but if you don't make the best of it, hey, you got as far as you can. Good job. I mean, it's up to you. You got to be that dude, bro. If you can't be that dude, then nobody, I mean, they love your story, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got to go out there and play well on Sunday, Skylar. Minnesota Vikings, a 4-1 team. You get that W. And let me tell y'all something. Truth be told, Truth be told, no matter what you think about the Vikings, this is actually going to be the toughest game we've had all year. This is actually going to be the toughest game we've had all year. Baltimore caught them when they went through their injury woes. Buffalo, same thing. In Baltimore, they were actually trying to rush some of their guys back against us. This is going to be the most healthy, prepared team that we're going to play all year. You get this W, it'll actually mean something. There won't be an asterisk on this W. Now, I ain't saying we're going to get the W because it is going to be tough. But I don't know why people just look at Minnesota. Oh, they're beat. They're nothing to worry about. Minnesota 4-1 and for good reason. It ain't just because they played scrubs. This is a good team with good weapons and a reliable quarterback. A reliable quarterback. The truth of the matter is, the quarterback better than Tua, Teddy, and Skylar. And he got weapons. This is going to be the biggest game that we have this year. My opinion, at least. Come on, TD. Before injury, he was top 3 QB in stats, both in passer rating, top QBR, and that legal no-call tackle was called roughing the passer on Tom Brady. Stop the negatively. Start spelling correctly. TD, he balls out. Well, Thomas Allman, lie to yourself, you lie to whoever. Top 3 QB in stats. Yeah, you're going to be a top. Like I said, you take away the fourth quarter in Baltimore, he's literally the 20th ranked quarterback in the NFL from a stat standpoint. Take away Baltimore's fourth quarter, he is the 20th ranked, we're going to take one quarter and say he the third in stats. Okay, give it to him. But after the first half of that Cincinnati game, all them stats was coming down anyway. All them numbers was coming down. And please do me a favor. Y'all stop with this whole Tom Brady hit would have been a roughing the passer. Hold on. Tua hit wasn't a roughing the passer because it's not a roughing the passer. And they changed the rule. And then Tom Brady got the roughing the passer. Y'all trying to make an old rule fit a new one. And even the Tom Brady one shouldn't have been roughing the passer because I don't believe in the change with the NFL wanting the referees to call those roughing the passer. I don't agree with the crap. But why do y'all do that? Why do y'all do that? After what happened to Tua, they had a meeting and they changed the rule and said, this is how we want you to call it. And Tom Brady affected that and they called it. And y'all, why didn't they call it on Tua? Because that wasn't the rule at the time. Gosh, common sense. I don't know why I see people up and down Twitter trying to make that point. That's like driving down the road on Thursday and the speed limit is 65 and you going 75 and you get a ticket. And then the law changes on Friday and come Sunday, you see somebody going 75 and they don't get a ticket. Why they ain't get a ticket? Because the law changed. Gosh, common sense. 1 + 1 = 2. Why didn't they just let me go? Because you broke the law. You were supposed to go 65. You were going 75. He was going 75 because the new law is 75. Y'all, it makes no sense. Some of y'all be arguing stuff to argue it or listening to other people tell you what was wrong and what was right. Oh, this should have been called on 2 or 2. Man, I'm sorry, y'all, but that stuff frustrates me, man. Some people just be speaking based off of what they heard from somebody else. So I know when people say that, they just heard somebody on Twitter or something. Why didn't they call this on Tua? It's the same exact hit. But maybe do a little research and think for yourself. Just saying, man. Just saying. TD common sense talk. Common sense ain't common at all, man. It ain't common at all. I'm telling you, all week, people on Twitter playing that Brady hit. Tua guy putting them side by side. One was a roughing the passer. The other wasn't called. Can you guess which one? Shut up. Did you tell them one was Thursday and one was Sunday? The rule on Thursday was this. The rule on Sunday was that. So it all could make sense. Sorry, y'all. So by that logic, TD, felons in jail for misdemeanor weed charges shouldn't get out when weed is legalized. Based off of the law, no. But if it was me, I'm letting them all out anyway. See, the difference is you broke the law when it was the law. Meaning, if you knew that you weren't supposed to do it and chose to do it anyway, then you're held accountable for it. And now that you're allowed to do it, now you're free to do it. But me personally, I don't care if they change the law or not. If it was me, everybody in there for at least marijuana would be out right now, period. Because you can't sit here and tell me that has any more harms than tobacco. So that's where I'm at with that. That's where I'm at with it. And I don't condone it either way. I don't partake in it anymore. You know, catch me about 5 years, I don't know how long now, but 5 years ago, that was a different story. But I had to get up off my behind because all it does is slow you down and sit you down. You can have all the dreams, ambition you want in the world, but one thing I know for a fact is all it do is sit you down. At least some people. At least some people. I'm just saying. It'll open your brain to all ideas. Wow. But all it do is just sit you there to think about all the amazing things you do, and you don't do them. You don't do them. Just my thoughts. Less harm than tobacco and alcohol. Yeah, man. So I got my own stance on all that. I got my own stance on all of that, man. Let's see. Oh. I love you so much more. My bad, y'all. I had to text my wife back. We flirting with each other right now. TMI, too much information. Oh Lord. Anyway, do you even weed, bro? What does do you even weed, bro? I don't know. I don't know what that means. All right. I don't know what that means. Don't forget, TD, when we win Sunday and Buffalo and Jets lose, we back in first place. You better know it. You better know it, baby. I hope so. He been like that since the stream started, Vivian. I don't know what y'all talking about. Do you even lift, bro? Lift what? Are you talking about weights or something like that? I used to lift, but I haven't in a while. I need to get back into lifting. Mahomes got thrown to the ground in the Raiders game, same fashion as Tua, no flag. Okay. It's a meme, TD. Oh, I ain't catch that meme. Do you even Tua, bro? And some of y'all are talking crazy. Live food. I live food every day. The do you even is a meme. Oh, okay. I'll check that meme out to get the gist of it. All right. I'll check it out. Oh, friends don't let friends to a worship. Oh, Tiger Hood. Y'all talking crazy now. But anyway, so yeah, man. Like I said before, man, I'm just at a place right now where, you know, I just want to be confident about my team. Like, I want y'all to think about it this way. Think about it this way. Think about how Buffalo fans feel. You think they worried about making the playoffs this year, y'all? You think the Chiefs fans worried about making the playoffs this year? You see what I mean? You think the Bucks worried about making the playoffs this year? That's what I'm talking about. Why can't we ever have that feeling? We lost that one, but I mean, we're going to make the playoffs. Ain't no question about it. You know what I mean? That's just frustrating. And we thought that we were headed in the direction where, man, we guaranteed. Here we are 3-3-0, and then 3-2. We actually have to win this game. This game is bigger than y'all think. This is a huge game. We gotta win. Telling you, we can go on a win streak and all, but 3-3 ain't a good look. TD, we need an elite quarterback. I've been saying it for 2 years now. Y'all know me if you've been on this channel long enough. 4 years ago, you don't need an elite quarterback. You need a quarterback that's good enough to not lose you games and then build a monster around them. That was my old belief because that's what you needed from 2017 back. But then I start seeing teams chase the window. I said, oh, you can't do it anymore. As long as teams chase the window, you won't be able to survive anymore with an average quarterback in an elite team because they'll always have more talent than you all around. Some of these teams got all-star teams, and you're like, how can they afford it? Because the way the contract's set up, they know they're going to suck 3 years from now, but they just going for this little 2-year window to get one. That's what's happening. Appreciate you, TD. Hope the baby and fam well. Appreciate you. Love you, bro. Ain't no more of that. Jimmy G and the Niners. Look at where it's gotten them. You see what I mean? And what was the reason they don't have 2 Super Bowls right now? What is the main reason they don't have 2 Super Bowls right now? It ain't the defense or the run game or the O-line, nor the coaching. Them units took them as far as they could. The number one reason they don't have 2 Super Bowls, and I ain't talking about 1, I'm going to say 2, is because of the quarterback. It took them as far as they could to a Super Bowl and to an NFC championship. And the freaking quarterback bummed up them games. Truth be told, he ain't even bum up the championship round last year, but the fourth quarter. I was shocked he looked decent most of the game, and then the fourth quarter, there you go. They got that above average play instead of that great play. And that's the closest you've gotten to an example is San Francisco. But did they not also have like a historic running game and a historic defense combination? Other than that, y'all, it's almost impossible. Because you got these, see, every year you're going to have at least 6 quarterbacks on a rookie deal with an amazing roster around them in the playoffs. Then you're going to have 3 to 4 veterans that contract cap hit is so low because they stretching it out for the future and they load it around them in the playoffs. And the last 4 teams, you got 2 quarterbacks with high contracts get to the first round and lose, like Russell Wilson every year. And them other 2 teams like San Francisco, historic defense and this and that, but a average quarterback. Teams like the Colts the last few years. That's what you're going to get. But how can you compete with these teams that got an elite quarterback that's barely counting against the cap and got all the weapons they need around them and all the players they need around them? See, like, look at the Chiefs, y'all. Can you really name all the people on the Chiefs defense that's just dominant? The Chiefs are a perfect example of a defense that got all 7 and 8s. Ain't many 10s, a whole bunch of 7 and 8s. In the offense now, you got a 10 quarterback, a 10 tight end, and everybody else is a 7-8, 6-7-8. But they don't carry 5s and 6s. They ain't got no 5 and 6s. And that's for right now because Mahomes still ain't hurting them on the cap. He still ain't hurting them on the cap. How do you compete with that? It's like a cheat code. You got a quarterback that should be making $50 million, literally making 10 against the cap. How do you compete against that? Now, next year will be the first year he actually, really stressing their cap. But still, as of right now, how do you compete against it? How do you compete against it? And he ain't the only one. There's plenty of them. TD Watson and the Browns are scary. People not saying anything about that. Man, people know. Let me tell y'all something. The Browns are 2-3, and out of them 3 losses they got, look how close they were. Look how close those losses were. And they got Jacoby Brissett leading that. They got Jacoby Brissett leading that. Imagine you put that elite quarterback play with that team. Come on. Like I said, you got Jacoby Brissett leading that ship. And I want you to think about it. Watch this. They beat the Panthers and the Steelers, right? But look at the games they lost. They lost to the Jets 31-30, 1 point loss. They lost to the Falcons 23-3, a 3 point loss. They lost to the Chargers 30-28, a 2 point loss. I've been told y'all that team is loaded. Jacoby couldn't even get a win with us. He 2-3 over there, and all 3 of those games, they were winning in the fourth quarter, and the other team went down and won the game. That roster is loaded. They got a run game, they got protection, they got a defense. You know, one of the main reasons they give up points is because they be turning it over with Jacoby. They shouldn't have beaten the Panthers, man. Bad refs. Either way, look at how close these games are without their quarterback. If we lose Sunday, should we start trading some guys that we know won't be here next year and get some capital? No, because it still wouldn't be panic mode. No, we shouldn't trade anyone because we still wouldn't be in panic mode. 3-3 is a 500 team early in the season. You know, you're still right in the middle of the mix. You're right there. So you go 3-3 and you play the Steelers, in which is going to be a good game. See, the Steelers game to me is going to be just like the Saints game was last year. It's a good team, but we're going to take advantage of their quarterback. Just like with Taysom Hill last year. And we did not play good at all offensively versus the Saints last year. Actually, a bad game for Tua. And they dropped 2 picks in that game. And I think he still threw one. But it's going to be just like that game. 23-17 or something like that. We're just going to be able to take advantage of their quarterback who is young and inexperienced, and we'll probably give him too much to worry about that day. And we'll win. I hope. Don't let it be like the Jacksonville Jaguar game. Don't forget last year, Tua's first game back was at the Jaguars. We lost. A game we all expected to win. We lost. Don't let that be the Pittsburgh game. Because then you in trouble. 3-4, then you better worry. Because then you got a road trip against 2 sorry teams, but don't sleep on the Lions. Going on the road to the Lions, going to Chicago, we should be able to dog them. If we can't, we real trash. That should be an easy automatic. But if we can't, then, man, that's what you call true embarrassment. But after that Bears game, man, it's going to get real. After that Bears game, it's going to get real. Let me tell you why. When we play the Browns, if we couldn't freaking stop the run with Breece Hall and the Jets, man, the Browns finna put 200 rushing yards on us. We'll beat the Texans. But then the 49ers on the road, man, they might end up dragging us if we don't get our run-stopping game together. Chargers, Buffalo again, Green Bay, Patriots, Jets. Our rough stretch is going to be from Cleveland to Green Bay. I'm going to even say the Patriots right now. If this Zappy, whatever he is, kid keep playing solid football, Zappy remind me of Tua. He ain't doing much, but he ain't turning it over, and he helping the team win games. That's what Zappy over there in New England doing. But I'm telling you, that 7-game stretch right there is our season. Browns to Patriots. Because we ain't losing to the Jets again. We ain't losing to the Jets again. Ain't no way. That ain't happening, boy. And if it did, boy, let us have to need that game to get in the playoffs and we lose. I'm breaking everything in here. I'm breaking everything in here. On camera. It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show. I am destroying everything in here. 10-6. Last game. Winning you win. And we lose. Everything in here getting rocked. Rocka Jubaka. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I would not, man. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't know, boy. Anyway, anywho. But yeah, that's going to be a tough stretch. That is definitely going to be a tough stretch for us. But maybe we could rattle off them wins, get them W's, and make the play. That's all it's about, man. We got to make the playoffs. Don't, TD. Nah, don't tell me. Nope. Can't talk me out of that. You can't talk me out of that. That happened. That let us have one game to get in and we lose. And Tua look like trash. Man, I'm telling boy. Man, let Tua Tennessee us. Let Tua Buffalo us. I'm telling you. Don't play with me. As a Dolphins fan, we have people on the roster that are not being used. Should we trade them or wait? I'm low internet. Who are you talking about? Who on this roster not being used? Who on the roster not being used, man? I ain't saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to figure out who you talk about so I can say whether we should or not. Skylar to Waddle this week, please, Waddle. He got to get some chemistry with Waddle for sure. Gesicki not being used? Yeah, but that's because of the system we run. Let me tell you, I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Y'all give me a second. I'm still flirting with my wife. All right. Anyway, let me say this. We still don't even have a freaking identity on offense. Think about training camp and preseason. The Mike McDaniel offense, the West Coast offense, power run game, zone blocking. Oh, that's a touchdown? How many yards was that? Because I need the yards. I might get my prize pick. And that's Justin Fields, and he hurt. Oh, Lord. Yeah, he can do them push-ups all he want. He was like, they going to put me in the concussion protocol. Let me push up on him. Yeah, I'm all right. Because he's supposed to be done. He stayed on the ground. He's supposed to be done for the day. I don't know if that's actually a catch, though. $40-yard touchdown, 164 yards. Hold on, let me check my prize pick. How many did I need from Fields? I need 166, and he got 164. They better not take him out of the game, and I need 2 more passing yards. It better not happen. Go ballistic. And the kicker got 1 field goal. So it's up to Carson Wentz, man. I need 215 yards from him, and he only got 57. Freaking bum. Straight up bum, man. Anyway, but listen. So, hey, what was I talking about? Yeah, let me say this. Our offense don't even got a freaking identity. Our offense don't even got an identity. Remember training camp? The West Coast offense, 22 personnel, deep routes, intermediate, all of that, right? Play action is going to be the key this year. New England game, first game of the season. We did all of that. We were the West Coast team. We did the play action. It was a tough game. It didn't produce much because we didn't do it well. We weren't explosive in the New England game. We go to Baltimore, first quarter, West Coast offense, all of that good stuff getting shut down. Ever since the first quarter of Baltimore, we actually ain't truly been in the West Coast offense anymore. I don't know if y'all even noticed that. We have not been in the offense that they say we were going to run all year. The promo code for Prize Picks is FINSTALK. We ain't even been in it no more. They took Tua out of it and all that play action handoff. And guess what? First game of last week, we tried to do it, and Teddy had a man right in his face on the first play. Concussion protocol him. Safety. We don't even have our identity on offense. We back to, man, we even been running some RPO stuff when Tua was in. We back to the pistol, RPO, and the shotgun. And you know why? Because the coach, smart of Mike McDaniel, he saw that this O-line wasn't holding up in the West Coast anyway. They weren't playing terrible, but they weren't playing good at all. Everybody on the individual basis looked like trash. But y'all ain't notice it because we were running a lot of 22, 23 personnel, 2 and 3 tight ends blocking. We were double teaming everybody coming at the quarterback, so it looked like the protection was good. But we can only run 2 and 3 man routes. When you want to have more guys out there and options out there. He been knew that this offensive line was looking bad. But the more we in the typical shotgun, now they wearing off more and more and more. Now they getting worse and worse and worse. Because in the typical shotgun offense, you ain't got no 22 and 23 personnel primarily. TD about to be mad if they take Fields out. Yeah, I am. And Carson Wentz need to get his act together and get me 219 yards. He the problem. Fields only need 2 more yards. I know he'll get it as long as he come out. Greer got Flores what he wanted. And Greer ain't get Flores know what he wanted. Only thing he ever got him that he wanted was Raekwon Davis. You saw it on draft night when he was celebrating. When they called Tua, he was sitting there with his son like, yeah. Man. He didn't play the entire year. What do you see, TD? What do I see and what? Tua is going to end up having more games missed than played. Nah, I don't agree with that. Sup, TD? Speaking facts. God bless. Salute to you, homie. Salute to you. I love Tua, but man, can we get a good run with QB1? Can we? Can we get a good run with him? Can we? What's the problem, man? Somebody says, seriously, TD, anything in your eyes that's positive about the team? Let me see. Give me a second. Let me see. What's positive about this team? What excites me about this team? Javon Holland, Zach Sealer, hopefully I got that right, and Robert Hunt. That's about all that excites me about this team. That's all that excites me about this team. Robert Hunt, Sealer, and Javon Holland. And Brandon, I know I ain't including Brandon Jones. Those 3 people excite me about this team. So now let's reverse the game. Why don't you tell me what I should be excited about on the team, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not. Or I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm excited about that too. But why don't you start telling me what I should be excited about on this team? And I'm going to tell you why I'm not, so you can see why it's hard for me to talk positively. First one, Skylar. He looked like a bum last week. Well, I'm going to be excited about that. Y'all know my rules. You got to go out there and show me, then I'll be excited. Ingram, he ain't a long term. He a bridge player. He playing great football, but he ain't for the future. The wide receivers, who out there playing hurt? One of them we paying $30 million to, and he only got 2 touchdowns. Waddle, he been ghost for 3 weeks. He been a ghost for 3 weeks, out there limping on the field. Come on, Kohu, have you not seen the last 2 games? Oh, you just got so used to him being the number 4 guy, having a high PFF rating, but the last 2 games, one of the lowest on the team. You know my rules. Yeah, you play okay, but you got to keep that up. He ain't been playing good the last 2 weeks. Been out there getting toasted like anybody else. Keep going. Please, Jalen Phillips. Oh, you said Jason Phillips. I don't even know who Jason Phillips is. But let's talk about both of them. Jason Sanders ain't the same kicker we had 2 years ago. Jalen Phillips, who is he? Who is he? Missing in action. Connor Williams, I give you that. Only reason I give you Connor Williams is because he young. I thought he was older, so I missed one. Connor Williams is the 4th thing that excites me on this team. Coaching, what have they proven? Let me see you get this team out of this adversity right now and win versus Minnesota. I ain't finna count no freaking scrubs and the Lions and Pittsburgh and the Bears as getting us out the hole. You beat Minnesota, and then I'll get a coaching staff some credit. Robert Hunt, I already listed him. I said the 4 things I'm excited about. Y'all added one that I missed. I had Robert Hunt. I had Javon Holland. And I had Sealer. And y'all added Connor Williams. And I give you that. And we need to sign him on an extension after this year because he only got 1 more year after this. Anybody else y'all want to try that I'm supposed to be happy about? Mostert, what? I'm going to be happy about 1 game? Balaj done gave us games like that. You got to keep that up for me to start being happy about it. Armstead, be quiet. Stop it. Armstead hurt just like Tua. And he still got me mad from getting them penalties last week. So, y'all want to keep going? Christian Wilkins, for the love. Why are you getting pushed backwards? Christian Wilkins done had a pair of 2 bad games. Greg Little missed me with that. Stop lying to yourself. Craig Kraft, I don't even be knowing he on the field. Y'all making my point. You know everything I'm saying right now is a fact. So please, stop saying TD being negative. Tell me what the heck I'm supposed to be positive about. What's happening on that field positive? Ogba don't even play for us no more. I ain't even know he was still on the team. Raekwon go missing in action. Ingold, who? I still ain't gave him for dropping the pass from Tua, that dime. Y'all proving now tell me anything that I just said. Tell me I'm lying. Please tell me I'm lying. I'm sick of people talking, oh, you being negative. Tell me what the heck I'm supposed to be positive about. Gosh, keep it a buck. Keep it 1,000. Let's start having some honesty. And I'm proving to you right now, I call this team correctly. I call it fair. I'm giving you real objective feedback. Please tell me any commentary that I just gave you where I was lying. Tell me where I was wrong just now. 3-2, okay, I'm happy about being 3-2. Am I really? Like, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Like I told y'all, tell me where I'm off in what I just told y'all about all the players you named. So, yeah, People want me to find positivity just to make them feel better. I'm giving you the real scoop of what's going on this team right now. And a lot of these guys need to change the freaking narrative. A lot of guys are falling off right now, and y'all not noticing that? Christian Wilkins, that's a big one. Contract year. You shouldn't be falling backwards. Raekwon Davis, this was the year you're supposed to break out. Ogba, you just got the deal. It's like you said, I got my money. I don't care no more. Jalen Phillips, did we draft you yet? I don't even want to talk about a single linebacker. I don't want to talk about not one of them. Brandon Jones out here getting beat in coverage, getting exposed. And y'all think he's just the greatest thing ever because he be at the line of scrimmage blitzing without anybody blocking him. That ain't talent. Anybody can sit on the edge and blitz a quarterback and make him fumble. That's schematic, not him. But on them crossing routes, you out there getting toasted lately. Nick Needham falling back, but I'm going to give him a pass because he out of position. Don't get me started on him. I ain't been a game yet. He ain't getting toasted. Even in the Patriots game, he lucky he wasn't getting called for PI. Well, they did get him with one, but the other ones, he lucky. Been getting straight toasted. Come on, man. Eichenberg, oh my gosh. Eichenberg out here, if you really want to be honest, Eichenberg out here getting that Noah monogamy status right now. That's how he playing on the field. And I ain't giving him a pass because he out of position because you're still ain't supposed to be that bad. I get you out of position and I give you a little pass, but even out of position, you ain't supposed to be that bad now. Greg Little, man, you ain't even supposed to be there. I get it. You're a certified backup. It is what it is. Whoever replaces Armstead, I ain't even getting on you. You wasn't supposed to be there to begin with. But can somebody please tell me right now, where are the lies in what I'm saying? Is it the coaching or the game plan? That's a great question. I'm going to answer it in a moment, but I need somebody to answer my question. Where are the lies in what I'm telling y'all right now? Where are the lies? But that's a great question because I want to answer that. Is it the coaching or the game plan? Where are the lies? For all these people that's sitting up here, why are you so negative? Then tell me what the heck I'm supposed to be positive about. You can't even tell me. You can't even tell me, but you want me to somehow create some positivity. I care about my team too much to sit here and ignore what's going on. I care about them too much to lie and make the bad look good. Because I actually want to win. That's why we always losing, because we justify the bad. We try to overlook it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to acknowledge it. We want to act like everything is roses until we get our behind whooped. And then we want to find somebody to blame who ain't even the fault. So is it the coaching or the game plan? Let me answer that. I got to think about that actually, because I don't want to go all in on what I initially think. I gotta methodically think about that. Give me 1 second. We got to wipe out or the game plan, because the coaches make the game plan. So it's like you ask the question that if it's the game plan, that means it's the coaches anyway. That's why it kind of threw me off. So you're really just asking, is it the coaches? I'm going to say this. It's the coaches And it's not the coaches. Now, let me explain. I know that's just like, dang, what an answer. Let me explain. Number one, it's the coaches, because why is it 80% of the team playing worse than they were under Flores? See, we ain't talking about the team success. We talking about, did that bum miss it? Oh, he made it. Ooh, I got my kicker points, and I know I'm going to get Justin Fields, but Carson Wentz, man, gosh, all you need is freaking 220. You going to screw me up tonight. It's going to be Carson Wentz, y'all. But watch this. The reason why, number one, is the coaches, and then I'll explain why it ain't the coaches. It's the coaches because why is 80% of the personnel on this team playing worse than they were under Flores? Can anybody answer me that? You can't blame another player playing worse on Byron Jones being out or Tua being hurt or anything. Somebody said 80%? Absolutely. Is Christian Wilkins playing as good as he was last year? No. Is Zeeler, even though he's still playing well, he ain't playing as well as he was last year? Is Ogba playing like he was last year? I at least saw some flashes from Jalen Phillips last year. I don't even know he on the field now. Raekwon Davis, he was balling last year until he got hurt. Now I don't know if he on the field. Linebackers, they just horrific. I don't know if they the same or worse because I don't pay attention to them no more. Brandon Jones ain't playing as good as he did last year. All y'all doing is looking at the sack fumbles thinking he balling. He getting beat on every crossing route known to man. Javon Holland ain't even playing as good as he is last year. At least it's still solid, but it ain't as good as it was last year. X Show ain't playing like he was last year. Byron ain't here to prove it. Nick Needham ain't playing as good as he was last year. The whole defense. Go to the offense. Robert Hunt picking up where he left off. He's just a true stud. Eichenberg, worse. Austin Jackson, jury's still out because he ain't been healthy. Waddle, not as productive. Could it be because of Waddle? I mean, Tyreek, maybe, but he out there limping. Gesicki, we already know the answer. Downhill. The whole tight end room, downhill. Even Smith and them was actually very productive last year. All them slip screens and all that. Downhill. Gaskins, downhill. So, yeah, 80% of this team has regressed this year. Who's improved? Tua, slightly. Maybe that's what I should have started with. Who in the heck improved? Who in the heck on this roster has improved this year? Maybe that's where I should have started. I said improved. We talk about players that we've seen in this system last year, now coming into this year. What players more productive than they were last year outside of Tua? Ingram wasn't here, so you can't count him, just like you can't count Tyreek. Raheem wasn't here. You can't count him. And he ain't either. We talk about one game. We always get a running back have one game. Waddle ain't improved. Waddle taking a step back. What y'all talking about? And not in a bad way. It ain't like he falling off, but he ain't as good as he was last year. But I don't blame him. It could just be the Tyreek effect. Maybe. He was the primary guy before. So I ain't blaming him for that. Maybe it's just systematic. Craycraft, all that raving for what? What has he done? Catch one ball a game? Come on, man. Man, y'all get my point. You get my point. You get my point, okay? Those names you just said on defense, they all played good when Flores was the head coach and defensive coach. I know. So that's why I say it is the coaches, because why is it majority of this team, individuals have declined their play? That's number one. Number two, is not the coaches, because At what point do we start to recognize it ain't McDaniel and them fault. It was never Flores and them fault. It's just the personnel. At some point, we got to stop blaming the coaches and say, maybe we just ain't got the best personnel. And I brought this up to y'all the other day. We ain't got no dogs. You might be able to pass. 2 people on the whole roster might be able to pass for a dog, but we ain't got no true dogs on this team. We got a whole bunch of guys that if they work together and we got the perfect scheme, everybody can flourish, but no dogs. No individual guy, or especially on the defensive line, that's I'm going to go get it by myself, an unstoppable force. We ain't got no dogs. And what? Like I said, maybe you got 2 people that can pass as a dog, Holland and Tyreek. That's about it. That's about it. Hunt, I ain't gonna call Robert Hunt a dog. I just call him a guy who come do his job every day that can fit on any team. Y'all know what I mean when I say a dog. Wilkins ain't no dog. Dogs don't get shoved backwards. And that's all I've been seeing for 2 weeks straight. Dogs don't get pushed backwards in one-on-ones. No. 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 Where are the lies? Where are the lies? That's all I'm saying. Where are the lies? And what I've been saying. So it looked like go by Prize Picks. I'm gonna hit everything except this Carson Wentz, man, because I know Fields will get me 2 more yards. The kicker done got me to 2, but Carson Wentz doing me in tonight. Carson Wentz is holding me back from my Prize Picks winnings. And I didn't even do flex. I just did straight up. $20 to win 100. I'm going to hit Justin Fields. I'm going to hit the kicker. I already hit the kicker. It's just Carson Wentz got 88 freaking yards in the 4th quarter. And I still need 130 from him. I need 130 from him, and that ain't very likely. Flores was dog. We have a coach that is not a dog. Yeah, Mike McDaniel ain't no dog. Mike McDaniel's not a dog. Okay. He's a coach that likes to coach. You know, he's a good coach though. I like Mike McDaniels actually. I do like Mike McDaniels for sure. You know, but there's different philosophies in the NFL. Again, you don't have to be a dog to win. Flores got a group of non-dogs playing with a system that he built that, you know what I mean? A system you build that makes it happen. The system was key under Flores, not the players. It was the system. Will Wilkins ever get a sack? How can you get a sack when you getting pushed backwards on run plays? And I know that ain't a sack worthy play, but still, man, some of these guys need to do better. That's why we could be in for an overhaul in the next 2 years too. Because I'm telling y'all, McDaniels want to shift to a 4-3. Trying to tell y'all, he want to bring that San Francisco defense. He want to bend but don't break, cover to it. I'm with zone. He wants to go to the San Francisco. That's why he said, I'll tell Chris Greer draft the defensive end every year. And you know he meant the high draft pick. You know that's what he meant. Draft the quarterback draft the defensive lineman, every DN every year. Like McDaniel know what time it is. He wants to switch to a 4-3. He basically said this defense was good last year. I'll leave that alone. Let's just focus on the offense. Boyer, we're keeping you so that you can hopefully keep it intact. That's all this is. Mike McDaniel ain't dealing with the defense. He trusting Boyer. And basically all he doing on the headset is saying, send pressure here. Don't send pressure here. Yeah, I know this is a moment, but don't send it. I don't want to take the chance. That's all he doing in the headset Sunday. He telling them when to and when not to. He telling them when to and when not to. Linebackers every year. Man, I'm a believer, man. You go get you. Let me tell you, I'm a personally, I'm a believer. I think it is hard as heck to find great linebackers in the draft. Obviously, they out there, but you don't know whether you're going to hit or miss. I personally think that's one of the hardest positions to draft. That's why I'm a firm believer in all linebackers, get them in free agency. Spend some money. Spend some money. Spend some cash. That's my thought process. It's not easy. Look at what we've had. We missed out on Parsons, man. I'm telling y'all, Parsons would have been everything. That kid, he would have been everything, man. Parsons is that dude. People don't watch Dallas enough to understand how great of a player he is. No question, he's already Hall of Fame trajectory. No question. I'm telling y'all, he might win Defensive Player of the Year. He might win Defensive Player of the Year. Give us your points on how we can improve. Oh, my gosh. That's a massive loaded question. And I'm going to try to answer it. And this is the last thing I'm probably going to answer tonight because this could be a whole stream in itself. Man, do I want to do that now? How we can actually improve. Do I want to do that now? It's so loaded, man. Because it's going to put me in my bag, man. This bum just muffed the kick. Hold on, y'all. Washington got it. Wow. Hold on, y'all. I mean, that's good for me, but then it ain't good for me because Washington, I need yards, and they already by the goal line. How we could improve by signing a veteran coach like Sean Payton. So let's talk about it. How can we improve? It's a difficult question, and here's why. We have to talk about timing on this team, okay? Windows and timing. What many of us need to come to the realization of, we've actually built this team to win now. Whether we're good enough to win now or not, this is the optimal roster that they feel is the conclusion of the rebuild. And all we need is Tua to play great and we could win now. This was it. You think it was still in the plans of, okay, we got Tariq Armstead, Connor. All right, now next year is the last year. We'll try to do this. We ain't got the money to do nothing else. So this was it. Look at your team right now. This is your final rebuild. 3 years ago, we're going to do it from scratch. We're going to build a winner. This is the finished product. Whether you believe in it or not, this, ladies and gentlemen, is your finished product. Everything from this point on is a replacement for an already great player. And you probably won't get better. You'll just get manageable. If you move on from Byron, do you know how hard it's going to be to find a corner that's better? You know how hard it's going to be to find a corner just as good? It's going to be manageable. You move on from X, same thing. Everybody that you could potentially move on from. You know how hard it is? Christian Wilkins, if you can't afford them, or Mike Gesicki, finding guys to replace them. It's not easy. It's likely you won't get better. You'll either get just as good or less. So this was actually your finished product. That's why for 2 years, they were trying their hardest to put that cherry in as the franchise quarterback with Watson, Brady, and all of them. Because they expected one of those guys to take this roster, and they knew they weren't going to have injury prone. They were going to have top flight play, and they were going to have exceptional talent. So how do we get better? The problem is it's a timing situation. You're at a point in time where you can't get that much better than this unless you go get a better quarterback. Unless you go get a better quarterback. That's the number one, but that's what we've been saying for years. Because this is what people need to realize. You have two options in this NFL. Get an average quarterback and spend all your money for really good around him, or get a quarterback who can carry deficiencies. You know how some people say no quarterback will be able to survive behind this O-line. That's a lie. They may not be elite behind a bad O-line, but some quarterbacks can manage a bad O-line better because they're just physically gifted to do so. Some guys are so talented they can escape bad O-lines. Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. All of them have that extra element in their game. Or you can escape bad O-line play with your intelligence. Like Tom Brady. It ain't many of them, though. It ain't many of those. Tom Brady, guys like that, pretty much. But I got to tell you this, looking at the All-22, guess who showed me some signs of it? Skylar Thompson. Why? Let me prove it to you. Y'all remember the game with Skylar Thompson. He didn't look good at all. How many times did he come up to the line of scrimmage, ready to hike the ball, but then he checked and tapped his helmet, and the receivers looked and they tapped their helmet? How many times did y'all see that with Skylar Thompson? How many times did y'all see that with Skylar Thompson? Did you notice it? I'm just curious. I want to see what some of y'all think in the comment section. Did you notice that versus the Jets? Did you notice he did that a lot in that Jets game? Yes or no in the comment section? Wow, he did a basic read. Wow. No. We're going to talk about it because I know you want to diminish it. You want to downplay it. Yes, I noticed. Yes, I did. You know what he was doing? All y'all that's out here with Skylar had a run game. Do you know what this is? When they tap their helmet and they telling the receivers, and the receiver look at him and they tap theirs too, and he shouts down the line, do you know what that is? That means you got a passing play called, and you about to take a shot, but you notice the defense in cover two, and you check into a run. And then when you got Raheem Mostert going for 20-something yard runs on those plays, go back and watch it. When he tapped that helmet, Raheem Mostert had some of his best runs. See, some of you think, oh, well, he had a good run game. Some quarterbacks are wise enough to create a good running game by getting out of the freaking passing play and running the ball when they already see the coverage ain't good. But guess what? Some quarterbacks like Tua Tagovailoa, he said in his press conference, sometimes I knew the play wouldn't work, but I didn't know the playbook well enough to change the play, to put us in a better situation. Do you see the freaking difference? See, that was Tua's problem his rookie year. He didn't know the playbook in the system well enough to know when to get in and out of runs. And he admitted it himself. I didn't know the playbook well enough to get us. Tua said this in a press conference. There were plays that I could tell wouldn't work, but I didn't know the playbook well enough to put us in a better position. And what you saw with Skylar when he came to that line of scrimmage and he saw that cover 2 when Mike McDaniel dialed up a shot down the field, he tapped that helmet and said, I'm handing this off because that's the smart play. So a lot of them run yards in the run game was also credited to the quarterback in that game. That's why Mike McDaniel said if that's the floor, then it's promising. We should be excited. Because those are the things some of y'all don't notice in the game. That's why Tom Brady always has a running game. It ain't because that O-line is great or the running back's great. It's because he can identify coverage and say, this run play will work here. Let me get some running yards that we wouldn't have normally have got. And I agree, the extra year in college, that's part of the reason why he's so ahead of it. What did Mike McDaniel say this week? The team is very happy about Skylar Thompson's knowledge of the playbook. Mike McDaniel said that. They are happy about Skylar's knowledge of the entire playbook. Some of y'all don't know basically just the simple things of football. And right there is a major part of it. That's a major part of football. You get to that line of scrimmage, and he got a deep route, crossing route for Tyreek Hall, but we got cover 2 in his deep. That ain't finna work. Let me get into this run. Them safeties back. We catch a lane, we get in the first down. He said that. Yeah, he said that. He said it this week. The team's excited. The organization is excited about Skylar Thompson's knowledge of the playbook. It's these little things that people don't pay attention to. Simple as a guy coming to the line, tapping his helmet, handing the ball off for a 20-yard run. Oh, the running back getting off would have never got off if Skylar didn't check into that run because of the pass coverage he saw pre-snap. Would have never did it. But you didn't notice that. You don't notice them type of things. But you got a quarterback out here telling you to your face, there were plays I knew wouldn't work, but I didn't know the playbook well enough to put us in a better position. Tua told us that on camera. And Skylar showed you an example of why that running game took off. It was a big part to Skylar checking in the runs when he should have been passing the ball. And I bet you many of you didn't know that because you don't even know that element. You don't even know what tapping the helmet is. Talking about, oh, wow, he made a basic read. That basic read got us running over 100 yards. Moser went off. No, Skylar was checking into Moser going off. People don't even know who you give credit to on a play. The running back got around the edge and went for 15. Nah, Waddle just set the block of a lifetime out there. Pay attention to the game and how it's played. Who responsible for letting plays spring? That was coaching, TD. I agree. In preseason and stuff, they had Skylar knows those type of things. That's why they're enamored with this kid. That's why they believe they got something in him. But they got to translate on the film in his throws. He going to have to put it on film where he actually is having productive games. Just being able to check in and out of runs ain't going to get it done. You got to be able to put the whole package together. But that's one part of his game on Sunday. He played very well. His pre-snap reads. He did a great job in pre-snap reads. Man, Fields still ain't got my yards yet. Gosh, well, it don't matter. Wentz ain't gonna get him either. Is that the same thing? What's the same thing? Unless the QB is 52 or 18, the age really don't matter. I agree. TD preaching. I mean, this is some basic stuff, but I don't expect everybody to know it because people see a tap of the helmet. They don't even know what that means. But then when that running back go for 30, they like, oh, the running back cooking. Man, your quarterback just checked out of a throw and made that run happen. That was a passing play call. Or it could have been another run play call, but to a different side. But once they checking and them receivers look and they check too, they basically, this is how it works. If it's a run play, they know two different pass plays out of that run play. So they get to the line of scrimmage, the quarterback and the receivers looking at the defense, and if the quarterback check and they in a run play, they know, yeah, it's single high, so I know what play we going into. We finna take a shot. Let's go. But if it's a passing play already and they check, they be like, oh, yeah, it's cover two. That means we blockers now. We got you. We see it. That's all they doing. They communicating back to them. I see what you see. I see what you see. We got it. We ain't going out no more. We finna block. They know what the calls are based off of the play. Every play got a run or a different pass or whatever based out of it. They know what they are based off of what indicators they see on the defense. Quarterback just check. Do I got man or I got zone too high, blah, blah, blah. It tells them what play they're going into. They all know, man. Playbooks are a little more intricate when it comes to that stuff. But Skylar did an amazing job with that. I saw it like 6 times in the game. Pre-snap, checking out of a pass play, going into the run. So he going to need to do a lot more than that, putting us in a good position. He got to get better command of the huddle, though. You see them delay games, them trying to hurry up and snap it. That stuff got to get cleaner. TD, can you imagine if Skylar was Tua and Tua played like Skylar did against the Jets? Yeah, I could imagine it because he's had games like that. I don't have to imagine it. He's done it. He's put it on camera. He's had plenty of those, but you know what we said? That O-line was worse than it's ever been. If that was Tua playing and we would have lost, what do you think you would have heard from everybody? The receivers dropping the balls. That's not on Tua. The O-line played worse than it ever did in the last 2 years. That's not on Tua. Waddle and Tyreek playing hurt. It's just terrible. What do you expect Tua to have been able to do? That's what everybody would have been saying. What you expect Tua to do? The rest of the team didn't show up to play, and Tua doesn't play defense either. In the fourth quarter, Tua had a chance to go up and take the lead, but the tight end dropped the ball. I mean, we're in the fourth quarter and we're still in the game. He can't play defense and let it get wild. Yeah, he fumbled, but, I mean, come on. At that point, I mean, the team been gave up. He threw the pick, but his arm got hit while he was throwing, and that's the only reason it was short. Otherwise, it would have been completed. Come on, man. What is Tua supposed to do? That's all we would have heard. And guess what? I wouldn't have mind all the excuses for Skylar because at least you would be consistent because I ain't give Skylar those excuses. I came out and said straight up, I don't care. You still play like trash. I kept my same energy. Why everybody else ain't keep their same energy? They make excuses for stuff like that. And I expected them to do the same thing, make excuses, and me look like the bad guy. But for some reason this time, we all on the same page. Skylar looked like trash. Somehow we all on the same page. Why is that all of a sudden? Now we're real critical, like TD always is. Now we are using no excuses. I'm consistent, but that ain't consistent for most of y'all and most of the people in this community. Where's all the excuses? Because them the same. Matter of fact, Skylar had it worse. Skylar had it. The surroundings around Skylar was worse than any game Tua ever had. O-line played worse than it ever did in Tua's tenure. They confirmed that. The lowest grading that O-line has had. Tua has never had a lower O-line rating. Tyreek and Waddle playing hurt. They would have been better off just not playing. They playing hurt. They not even playing Gesicki. At least they did that for Tua for the last few years. So please help me understand, why aren't the excuses being used, and why am I not being called a Skylar hater? Because I've been ripping him apart. I've been ripping Skylar apart. Why ain't I a Skylar hater all of a sudden? I don't know. Interesting to me. Why are any of our players trash conversations wise? That's just my jargon. I always clean it up and say, I mean, they not bums, they ain't trash. But in the game moment, when we losing and you playing bad, I call you trash. Your play, not you, but your play on the field is trash. Throw it away. Throw it away. Get them off the field. You don't belong. Get them out of there. Throw it away. So that's where I'm at with it. Tua had a great O-line at Bama. Yeah. We overreacting now? Not at all. I mean, we got time to pick it up and do what we got to do. But we got to do it. We got to do it. Anyway, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. This is what I can't believe. Prime didn't flex this game and try to get another one, because this is one of the worst games you can have. This is just trash, man. See, this game trash. This game is pure trash. Horrible. And it's crazy to me. I don't even know how Chicago losing. I mean, both of these teams bad, but this game, waste of a night. But I'm glad we got to just chop it up and talk some Dolphin football. The fan base really thinks Skylar trash, though, TD, because it's easy to think he's trash. It's easy because they're not invested in him. They only want to see Tua succeed. So anybody not named Tua, if things go bad, see, this is how they look at it. The team was healthy when Tua played, and Tua balled out. The team not healthy when Skylar played, and we lose, it's because of the quarterback was missing. But let's see Tua without Armstead and this O-line playing worse than it did in 2 years. Let's see Tua play under those conditions. Let's see Tua play when our defense is playing 32nd ranked football and our offensive line is playing worse than the NFL. Let's see what Tua do then. Because what everybody doing, they hiding behind Tua's record. That's all people doing. That's their biggest argument. They're hiding behind Tua's record when 80% of his wins, the defense held the other team to 10 points or less. 7 wins in a row. We went on a 7-game win streak last year. And our defense gave up an average of 11 points in that stretch. Then you had the Patriots win the first game of the season. They only scored, 10 points or something? 6, something like that? So give Tua Tagovailoa a defense that's allowing almost 30 points a game. Man, screw that. Give him a defense that's only allowing 24 points a game and see where we'll be. That's all they doing is hiding behind his record that's been led by the defense. Now watch, they move on with Tua and keep going with him, and his defense goes bad. All we gonna hear for the next couple of years, Tua can't play defense. They need to fix the defense. He can't do everything. He can't do everything. You can call it hate all you want. It's facts. And I hope it's killing your energy. I hope it's killing your energy. Nah, don't delete those messages. Leave those. Your hate is killing our energy. Speak for yourself. I hope it's killing your energy. I hope these facts killing your energy. Because you shouldn't be wasting your energy on lies anyway. I hope it's killing your energy. And you wonder why the outcome is always the same. Y'all love putting the blame on everything other than what the real issue is. But time always tells. Time always tells. I need Tua to hurry up and get back, get healthy, so we can keep evaluating him. And hopefully he can play great football. He can do it consistently so that we can all believe in him. It kills CD for people to praise Tua. It don't. It don't kill me. You praise him all you want. You praise him all you want. Matter of fact, you should praise him. You should praise him. If you want his if you worship him, if you want his disciples or whatever, you should praise him. If you pray to him, then you should praise him. If he can do no wrong, then you should praise him. If he's sinless and saves your soul, then you should praise him. Close your eyes. Pray to him. Do what you need to do and make you feel better. Because according to those same people, Tua is the best quarterback the NFL has ever seen. Not only is he the best quarterback that the NFL has ever seen, oh, Lord. Not only is he the best quarterback the NFL has ever seen, he has never thrown a bad pass. He's never thrown a pick that was his fault. He's never fumbled and it was his fault. He's never made a bad read. He's never not processed the field properly. Anytime something is going wrong with Tua, there is a reason, and it has nothing to do with him. Praise him. You should praise him. So I don't get mad when you praise what you worship, what you believe in. I've never in my life had a problem with who other people worship and what they believe. I know who I worship and who I believe, but I don't have no problem with who anybody else worship or believe. That's your business. It's that simple. And don't lose the faith. And that's one thing I will tell y'all that I notice about your religion of tourship or whatever you want, whatever your religion called, is boy, y'all got faith. Y'all got faith, boy. Whoo, y'all got faith. So who am I to question your faith? I admire your faith. It's strong, boy. It is strong. Two-entity. Tuaism. Oh, man. Tua disciples, man. I'm telling you, they got faith like no other, boy. They got faith. They some true believers. Anyway, man, I'm finna get up out of here. I know y'all saying Fields got the yards, but it don't matter. It doesn't help me unless Carson Wentz get 220 yards, and that definitely ain't happening at this point. As Justin Fields look like he's ripping it down the field, and he's in scoring territory, but it still don't matter. I ain't getting the yards I need. This TD FINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I'm finna get up out of here, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Faith. Oh, Lord, what is wrong with my connection?